guys, this is Sammy. Today's tutorial we're going to learn how to run a Rails app as a native iOS app. Recently, mobile apps become more and more important in our daily life, and a lot of companies they start shifting toward making iOS and Android native apps, and this has cost a lot of money for the companies because they have to have couple teams or a few teams of developers to work separately in different projects. For, let's say, like if you have a website, you need a team to work for the website. If you have an iOS, you need to have a team to work with iOS and the Android such as. So there's some company develops some solutions to cut the cost for that. There is something called a responsible design, which allows you to run a website app or like a website inside your iPhone or Android and make it responsive like this, or like looks like an iPhone app. So this is actually a website. You can see it's a responsive. Once I resize the screen, it fits the content inside this small screen. But this is still runs inside the browser. Other solution comes that companies or something called one-page application. What does that mean? This allows companies to run their website inside the mobile devices as a native app. And there's many frameworks out there. Today I'm going to use a few of them, or like we're going to work with that one. So we're going to work with something we called phonegap. This framework allows developers to run their web application as a native iOS app or Android, Windows, BlackBerry, and such. The way to install this is very simple. The homepage is like phonegap.com. You go to the install button, and before you install it, make sure you have the Node.js. This is the homepage. It's nodejs.org, and also make sure you have the Xcode already in your device. Once you install that and make sure everything is ready, now I have like a basic Rails application. Just for the demonstration. So right here I have like just a simple Rails app that we have a project. We can create a new project. We have the title, description, and we can create a new project. It's very simple. So let's say like we want to run this application inside Xcode as a native app. What we need exactly to do is I'm gonna create a PhoneGap application. So I'm going to navigate outside my Rails application directory, and then the first step is to create my first PhoneGap application. The command is like this: it's PhoneGap create. This is the name of the app. This one too. These three title has to be the same name. So once you create that, my app now is created. I also need to add the iOS platform to my iPhoneGap. But before that, let's not forget to navigate inside our app, which is my app, my iOS app. My app iOS. Alright, so now we create our platform for the iOS. This is the same command. You can use it to create iOS platform or Android platform. In this case, we're going to create iOS platform. It's creating the iOS project. Now if we navigate, we can see if we go to the platform, can see our project is set right here, and the Xcode project right here. But there's a couple of steps we need to do before we start working with the Xcode. One is to install two plugins, one for the console and one for the device. All right, and the other plugin is the device plugin. There's two more steps we have to do before we work on this code. First one, we can run the project from here. So if you navigate to your project, so this is my Rails project and this is my phonegap project. So in my phonegap project, I go to platforms, iOS, then I go to my iOS app.xcode project. If I double click on that, the Xcode is gonna run, the project will load, and if you navigate inside the project, you can see all these files. The www file right here is where you contain your, let's say, your homepage or the host to display for the users. The index right here. So if I run this right now, you can see the application runs, it's loading, and you can see this page. So basically, this is the default homepage for phonegap, and has nothing in it. It's just you know, the phonegap default, I guess, picture. So we're gonna change that to run our Rails app. So basically, what we can do is there's two ways for that. Either if we can go to the config.xml right here in the top, you can see it right here, and we can go to line 10, the content, the source index. We can change this to localhost 3000. The other way is inside the index. I like to change the index file. So basically, what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna open this file inside Sublime. I'm gonna go to www. I'm gonna go to the index. I'm gonna use some JavaScript code to handle the call method for our site. So you can see right here, we have the function, the onBodyLoad, we have the document, the event listener, and we have the link right here, which is the localhost. This is the magic right here, these two commands. So if I close this and run, if I run it again, it's not gonna build, it's gonna be the same thing. Why? Because we need to, this is the outside the project. So we need to build a project in order to update the changes. The way to do that is by this command. So you have to have the phonegap build iOS. And once I do that, make sure it's small letters. And when I do it take a couple seconds. Now it's building. Just to make sure we close this project and we reopen it again. So here, and if I run my iOS simulator, and also don't forget, guys, to run the Rails servers. Basically, obviously I didn't run it. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna navigate to my Rails app. And I'm gonna run Rails server. And make sure the server is running. Refresh the page. Alright, the server is running. So now if we go back to the Xcode, we run our application again. Alright, so this is our iOS simulator. You can see our Rails project running as a native iOS app. You can see it's running the server here in the bottom, and this is our iOS app. This is a Rails to Go app. If you upload this to your phone or to to App Store, it will work. You can create a new project, title, hello world, create project. Oh, I have an X right over there. So we have right here. So this is the app. It's simple as this, and you can use this project. And again, I don't have to use the same command line to create a phonegap project every time. You can use the same file right here you create and just move it around your project. And just the only thing you need is to change this link right here to your Heroku app or to your domain name. And once you change that, you can push it to Apple. Apple developer. I want to approve it. It's in Apple Store as a native app. That's all. Thanks guys for watching, and talk soon. Yeah, next time we're gonna talk about making a separate mobile views for mobile devices. Basically, here we can see that we have the same view running for iOS simulator and for the desktop application. So what if we need to run two different views? That one view is basically specially made for small devices, and one view is specially made for web application. The reason was that because there's some site they have a lot of content that if you make it responsive, there would be a lot of very dense content inside a small screen, which could be like annoying sometimes for the users. So next time we're going to talk about how to build a separate mobile views so you can see two different views depending on which device you are running on. And yeah, thanks guys for watching, and see you soon.